Hey everyone! Welcome to another prediction video from Léo Freitas. Today, I'm bringing you my picks and analysis for our beloved Friday. It's Friday here, and while the lineup isn't as big as we're used to on weekends, I've still picked out some good matches for you. We've got Inter playing in Italy, Dortmund in the Bundesliga, so there are definitely some interesting games for us to work with this Friday. I'll be bringing you my usual analysis on goals, corners, cards, and handicaps. Everything you're entitled to right here in this video. If you enjoy the content, the only thing I ask is that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the bell so you don't miss any notifications. Alright? That's all for the announcements. Enough talk, enough stalling, roll the intro. And let's get into analyzing the games for our beloved Friday. Guys, just dropping in quickly to show you the results we had on Wednesday. Wednesday was the Club World Cup final, plus we had the Copa del Rey and the Premier League. In total, 23 predictions were recommended. Out of those 23, 18 were green and 5 were red. The 5 reds are here for anyone who wants to take a closer look. It's in Portuguese, so for those watching the video in Spanish or English, this spreadsheet isn't translated yet, but I believe you can still understand the results we had this Wednesday. Now let's get straight to Friday's predictions, because you know I don't like to waste time. Let's go. So starting here with the first match in the Italian Super Cup, we have the semi-final, Bologna facing Inter. Inter comes in as the favorite with odds of 1.66, right? Bologna has odds of 5 playing at home. For me, it's obviously a match that leans more towards Inter, right? Inter has a stronger offensive potential. If you look at it, the average number of goals already shows you that. It's an average of 2 goals per game, while Bologna has an average of 1.6. A very interesting scenario would be Inter to qualify. If you look at the team's history here, you'll see that Bologna at home, for example, is not a bad team, right? But Inter, when playing away, has been putting in good performances. Even against strong teams like Roma, for example, which they beat 1-0. Meanwhile, Bologna at home lost their last game to Juventus, lost to Cremonese 3-1 in the Italian Championship, drew with Bram, drew with Torino, and drew with Freiburg. So honestly, I see a stronger offensive power and quality from Inter's team in this match. Inter to qualify, okay? The odds are 1.40, which is a very good odd for us to bet on Inter qualifying in this match. If you can take it to live betting to look for maybe a straight win for Inter in the 90 minutes, that odd is 1.66 and it will go up during live betting. And then, yes, it might have value depending on how Inter is playing. Another scenario, Leo, I'll bring it up. Under 3.5 goals. A balanced match. Even though Inter is the favorite, they're playing away from home. So that brings a certain balance to this game. Under 3.5, the odds are 1.38. Excellent option. So here's what I'm going to do. Either Inter qualifies or there are under 3.5 goals in the match. Okay? Corners. I'm going for under 13. Most of the head-to-head matches had few corners. And in the last 5 games for these teams, both Bologna at home and Inter away, there were few corners. Under 13 in total. Cards. I'm going for both sides to get one. At least one card for each side. I really believe in that. After that, we have a Bundesliga match, Dortmund versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. Dortmund is simply the favorite here. I would take it live to look for confirmation, but for those who want to take a risk before the match, a straight win for Dortmund. Dortmund has been playing well and they're at home. If you look at Dortmund's recent home games as the host, they've only lost once to Bayer Leverkusen. The rest they either won or drew. So going for a live bet on Dortmund to win is the best option. Before the match, I won't be able to follow it because I'll be working. So you guys can go for the pre-match bet on Dortmund to win at 1.50 odds, or double chance on Dortmund with at least 1 goal from them, which gives odds of 1.20. For those who want to add to their bet slip, double chance on Dortmund and at least 1 goal from them in the match. For corners, I'm going with over 7, okay? Over 7 corners, or if you prefer over 4 corners for Dortmund playing at home. So there are 2 options here for those who want to bet on corners. As for cards, under 6 in total. The team's average is low, so everything points to a calm game. After that, we have here Belgian Pro League. We have a very interesting match between Charleroi and Genk. Simply 2 very strong teams. In the Belgian league, we know these are very, very skilled teams, but I have to admit it's a very balanced match. If you look at the head-to-heads that I'm going to show here, look, 1-0, 1-1, 3-0, 1-0, 0-0. The last 4 games have been very, very balanced with few goals. I think this is a match for under 3.5 goals, to be completely honest. Even though the team's averages, especially Genks, are high, Charleroi average at home is 2.0. For under 3.5 goals, I see value in that average. So that's going to be my recommendation. Up to now, 80% is saying this is a match for the under. The under 3.5 is paying 1.32 odds. Very, very good odds, very attractive in my opinion. Another scenario, Leo. Asian handicap, but plus 1.0 for Charleroi. Charleroi could win. They could draw, and if they lose by just 1 goal, it's a refund. We only lose the bet if they lose by 2 goals or more to the visiting team. The odds, Leo. The odds for this handicap are 1.25. Also attractive for a ticket. Corners, I'm going for under 13. In the last 3 head-to-head matches, there were few corners. The team's average number of corners isn't that high either. That's why I'm going for under 13. And cards, I'm going for both, Leo. I believe that at least 1 card for each side here is also very likely. Continuing, now we're moving on to La Liga. We have the match between Valencia and Mallorca. Valencia comes in as the 17th place team, Mallorca as the 14th. Looking at and analyzing the match here, I think Valencia won't lose this game to Mallorca, okay? Mallorca's average goals conceded is practically double that of Valencia, and Valencia is playing at home. So we really have a match where Valencia is more likely to win or draw. The other option would be under 3.5 because the team's average number of goals isn't that high. If you look at Valencia's last games, there were under 3.5 goals in the last 5. You can check. As for Mallorca, under 3.5 only happened in 2. But if you look at their head-to-heads, 1-0, 2-1, 0-0, 1-1, 1-0. The last 5 were under goals. So under 3.5 goals at odds of 1.22 or double chance Valencia at 1.26. And for corners, I'm going for more corners for the home team. In the vast majority of games, Mallorca gets fewer corners than most teams. So Valencia, playing at home with more ball possession and putting more pressure on the opponent, should get more corners. Cards, I'm already at more than 3 here. I already see a more productive game for committing fouls and consequently have more cards. So more than 3 in total. Let's take a quick trip to the World Cup in France. In this game, I'm going to be very direct and straightforward. Lens faces Fegnes. Simply put, Fegnes is a team that doesn't play in the top division of French football. Lens, on the other hand, is a very skilled team. You can check their record in the last 5 home games. That's 5 wins. What am I going to recommend to you here? Straight to the point? Over 2.5 goals. At least 3 goals in the game. I see a very, very good probability for that. The odds for this are 1.30 for 3 goals to be scored. That's what I'm going to do. Over 2.5, it's the favorite playing at home with a much stronger team. So I really believe this will be a game with goals. Over 2.5 in total. As for corners, I'm going for more corners as well, just in case. Lens has a very, very high probability of producing them. More corners. Look at the average, the difference in average corners. It's very, very high. So more corners for Lens, or else over 4 or over 5. For the home team as well. As for cards, I would go for under 6. A calmer game when it comes to cards. So I'm going to work with a more underline here. And to wrap up, we have in Liga Portugal Estoril facing Sporting Braga. A game with a good probability of over 1.5. I studied, analyzed, and I'm going to work with this scenario. Look at Estoril's average. The total average is 3.3. Look at Braga's average, 2.4. Over 1.5 here, 80% probability. The odds for that are 1.28. So we have a good opportunity to work on this game, aiming for 2 goals. A very open game with a tendency, okay? Corners, I'm going for over 6. I'm not going to risk over 7. I think that's an unnecessary risk. I would go for over 6 corners. You have to see what the odds will be. But even so, I'm going for over 6. Cards over 3. The team's average is already higher. There's also a tendency for it to be an aggressive game. We can see here in the probabilities a 75% chance of at least 4 cards in the match. That's going to be my recommendation. All right? That's what I would work with you on this Friday. It's a thinner schedule with games. with just a few games. But there really are games here where I found value, and I decided to bring them to you, all right? If you liked it, then go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget, because that really, really helps me a lot. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who does that. To the people who are watching now in Spanish and English, the channel is new. This channel, it's originally from Brazil, where we have over 162,000 subscribers in Brazil. And now we're expanding to Spanish and English. So if you really like the content, leave a like and subscribe. You'll be very welcome here. And whatever recommendations you can give in the comments, I'll listen and bring them to you. All right? That's it. Let's get to our ready-made ticket for our beloved Friday. Here's what I'm going to do. Double chance Dortmund. A goal from Dortmund in the match. And Inter to qualify. I'm going to bet on Inter qualifying against Bologna. Odds 1.60. Here at the betting site I use in Brazil. And the tickets in Spanish and English will also be here on the side for you to use. And in the pinned comment, there will be a free group for people from abroad, and also the tickets. In the pinned comment, you'll find the links. Is it closed? And that, I hope I was able to help you. May God be with you. See you in tomorrow's video. Big hug. We're in this together. Thanks, guys.